going to be making a Halloween sweet bowl today. I've got some of the Let's Resin alcohol inks in black and red. I've also got a selection of creepy crawlies that I'm going to be using. And I've got some skulls, but I'll be using those after it's demolded. And I've also got this cute little pumpkin mould, but I'll be doing that later as well because I want to do that in polyurethane resin. So I'll just go and get some resin mixed up and then we can get started. I've got some resin mixed up and I'm going to add to that some iron grey glitter. So I'm going to pop some of that into there, and I'm not going to add any glue or anything to stop it sinking because I don't mind if it actually sinks and gives like a glittery rim. So that's that added, and I'm also going to add some of the Super Sparkle White from Tracy at Mini Scenes GB. So pop some of that into there as well, and then give that a good mix. Right, so next I'm going to give these a shake, get these lids off. That's the red and that's the black, and I'm just going to drop this straight onto the mould, and the same with the black. Some more of that red in the middle there, and then just pour the resin straight over the top and let that flow down the sides. And then just add in a bit more of the black and the red as I top it up. A bit more of that red going in there. And then some more of the resin. And I think I want to get it about 3/4 of the way full. And then I'm going to add some of the spiders and stuff. So I think that will do there. And then I'm just going to add some of these creepy crawlies and push those down into that edge there. And let's get some spiders in there. Push that down. Oh, did I put that the right way? Yes. Push that into there. And we've got some of these horrible bugs that can go in there. And some flies. Pop that down there. Some more of the spiders. Pop him down there. Got a little lizardy thing, so he can go in there. Oh, get your tail in there, love. In you go. And another creepy spider. And some more of these little bugs. Pop those in there. Some more of the flies. And I'm not sure if the bat is going to be too big. Let's just see if he pushes it out too much. Might be okay. It does sort of push it out a little. No, I think that would be fine. Right, let's just pop some more of these bugs and things around the outside. Pop some of that in there. There. Just random, just dropping them in. No set pattern to them. They'll just go where they want to go. So let's put another let's put Put another spider down in there, and another little spider, and then we've got a couple more little buggy things, wherever they are. Pop that in there, and then I'm just going to top the rest up with the rest of the resin, and then just fill that up. Don't want to fill it right to the top, so it's lucky that I didn't make too much, because I want to give this another coat of maybe black or white once it's finished, or once this layer's cured. So that's everything done for the time being, so we'll leave this to cure, and then I'll see you back for the next coat. This is all cured now, and I've mixed up some more resin, and I'm going to add to that some of the Let's Resin chrome powders in the rose red. So just going to add some of that into there, and then give that a good mix in. And then I'm just going to top up the rest of this bowl with this beautiful colour. That's gorgeous. Right, so just gonna give that a bit of a dome. Oh, perfect amount. Right, lovely. Okay, so I'm just going to give that a quick torch, pop any bubbles, and then I'll see you back for demold. This is all cured up now, so let's pop this one out and see how it's looking. Oh. Not sure if I might have to do this off camera. I think I probably will. Right, I'll just get this out off camera, and then I'll be back in a minute. This is out now, and you can see all those creepy things in there now. There's the bat, and we've got that horrible little thing in there. Some spiders, little bugs there. Ugh. Right, so I've also got this DTF sticker that I want to put in there. So let's do that first before we do anything else. Just get this separated. So that's going to go down into the bottom of our bowl there. Just get that down in the middle first, and then push it out to the edges. Getting squidgy. And then just get that all nice and stuck down. And then we do need to take that top layer off as well. No, this one's actually coming off all right. Some of them are devil to get off, but this one's peeling off nicely. So that's, what's that bit from? Oh no, it's my glove. Right, so that's our sticker in the bottom there. Lovely. Right, so let's put that to one side, and then next we need to do our little pumpkin. So I'm just going to get some polyurethane resin ready, and then I'll be back. I've got the two parts of polyurethane resin in here, part A and part B, and I'm using FC100 polyurethane from MB Fiberglass, and I've also got some polyurethane pigment, one in yellow and one in red, because I want to make an orange colour. So I'm going to start off by adding just one of the parts to a cup. Not sure how much I'm going to need. Let's say 25 of each to be on the safe side. So that's 25 of that one. And before I add that component in, I'm going to add in the colourant. So some of the red, give that a mix, and then pop that in there, and then some of the yellow, pop that in there. So you don't have long once you're working with polyurethane, which is why I'm adding the two colours first, so I can get those mixed in before I add the second part. So I think that's looking okay, and it will come out lighter because it's white polyurethane, so it will come out a bit more of a pastel colour orange. So let's just get those out the way, and then give that another stir with a fresh stick. And then I can add the second part. So tear the scale, and then I need to add 25 of this one. So 23, 25. Right, and then I just need to mix this for about 30 seconds. It doesn't take long to mix this stuff. So just going to give that a good mix in. And then we can pour this into our little pumpkin. Right, I think that's about right. You will feel it starting to get warm in your hand, so don't hang about. Let's get this poured into here. And to make sure it goes down into that little stalk. And then he's got little hands there that he needs filling up. Right, let's do these little bits first. Pop some into there. And then some into these other ones. And these are going to be his little legs. So get those filled in. Hopefully I can do this quick enough before it sets up. Right, and then just a little bit more in his hands there. Right, I think that's about done. Let's just see if I can tidy up that a little bit. There, right, okay. I made up way too much. Not sure if I've got anything I can put that in. Let's just put it in. Let's just put it in one of these. Save wasting it. And put it in one of these bottles as well. And one last one. Pop some in there. Just a couple of moulds that I had to hand. Right, okay. So we'll leave these to cure now, and then I'll see you back for demold. These have all cured up now, and I finished off the little bottles by putting some washi tape flowers on those, and then just giving them a top coat with some UV resin. So that's those finished. So pop those to one side, and let's get this little fella out of here. So there's our little pumpkin, and these are his little legs. Hopefully these will come out okay. Get all these little bits out. These are going to need some trimming. That's his feet. So 2 of those, and then the rest of these little bits. So they will slot together like that, and then his little feet go on the end there, and then oopsie days, and then that attaches to that there, so you can put them whatever angle you want. So before I finish him off, I just want to put, because he's going to sit on there, so before I do that, I just want to put some felt on the bottom of my bowl, because that'll be easier to do now than after. So just going to peel off this back end, and just peeling off just that top section to start with, so I can lay that where I want it on there and still be able to move it. Get that lined up where I want it, and then I can push down on that top bit and then peel back the rest, and that will line up nicely. So that's the base done. Right, so just need to tidy up these little bits here. So I'm just going to get a nail file, and I'm just going to tidy up any of this over pour. So I'll do that to all these little bits, and then we can get him put together. I'm going to use some of the green Stuff World super glue, but I seem to have glued the lid shut on that, so I'll have to take that off and use a stick. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue onto the sides of there, and then attach his legs like that, and then the same with all the others. So just going to do this to that one as well. Pop a bit of glue onto there, and then attach that leg in there. And then the same with these bits. So I'll just do this to the rest of his legs, and then he needs his little feet added on as well. So that one down into there without sticking my fingers together or to the pumpkin. That's that one. And then his little feet need to go on as well. So let's attach his feet. Bit of glue either side. And then, quite fiddly. And then put his feet on there. So that's 1 foot on. And then the last one to go on. So a bit more glue, some on the top there, and then get his last little foot on there. So that's him all finished. I do need to colour his stalk though, so I'm just going to get a pen to do that. I've got a green Posca pen, so just going to colour in that stalk. So just colouring in all of that. That's okay like that. Right, so next we need to attach him to our bowl. So I think he wants to sit to the side there. So again, I'm just going to use some of the super glue. And I think he's only going to need it on his hands. So I'm going to put a bit on there, a bit on there, and then just put a bit of freeze spray just around the edge, and then set him into place. So that's him set on the little bowl there. And then I've got all these skulls that I thought would be nice around the outside edge. So let's see how many I've got, and then I can decide how many I want to put on. So just following those all the way around the outside. So that's all of those, as much as I want going around the edge, and then I'm just going to do the same again and stick these on using some super glue. So I'll do that to all of these all the way round, and then I'll see you back when this is all finished. So while I'm actually just putting these last few skulls on, I'll just mention that today's video is part of the Saturday Express train that's organised by myself and Tina from Pour Resin with Love and Amy from Resonating Art by Amy and Susie from Serendipity Resin Creations. And it's also part of the 31 Days of Halloween that's hosted by Alison at Stressful Mum Paints. And there will be 2 playlists in my description box if you'd like to check out all the other lovely makes that have been done for both train and the 31 days. So just these last 2 or the last 3 skulls to go on now. Just popping those on there. Last 2. And I'm just using the freeze spray just to speed up the super glue drying. Right, last one. Pop that little fella on there. There. Right, so that's my little Halloween sweet tray all done. So thank you ever so much for watching my video today, and stay tuned for the pictures at the end, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.